football game, though.
Let's
my
do
man,
it, shall we?
Tommy DeVito from New Jersey. He's been eating chicken palm all week, and he was ready to go against the Commanders, baby. It was the Lufthansa heist. I think I'm saying that right.
You're getting it right.
Okay, Lufthansa heist. That's right. That's from the Goodfellas for all those youngsters out there that don't know. Tommy DeVito helped rob all the jewelry from JFK airports. Great story.
It was cash. It was the
cash.
biggest heist ever at the
That's
time.
right. So there you go. Thank you for settling the score straight there. But the Giants, I mean, first off, Tommy DeVito, some game plan plays by Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka got Tommy DeVito confident, got them confident, and now letting him throw the ball and taking the training wheels off a little bit. And then, I mean, you talk about stealing. What? We stole from the Commanders all day. 6 turnovers? Are you kidding me? 6 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 4 fumbles. Wink Martindale making plays all over the place. Washington moved the ball, made a lot of big plays, but you turn the ball over 6 times and you give the ball to Tommy Chicken Parm DeVito too many times, he's going to make you pay.
Well, and they had 5 sacks in the first quarter, and he didn't get rattled. He didn't get jumpy. He
9
didn't get
sacks
the
overall.
over-accelerated clock in his head.
Yeah.
He still trusted what he was doing.
It's amazing.
And you mentioned game plan plays.
Yeah.
The long pass to Darius Slayton
was
a game plan play.
Exactly.
I talked to him about that.
Yeah.
That it was set up.
They knew
this
what
is
they
an
were gonna
example,
get.
folks,
Right.
of what we talk about
Right.
when you see an offense that has no identity, no rhythm, no plan. They've been doing the run to the left, the run to the left, the run to the left. Play action.
They're playing us this way. They're getting over aggressive. Now it's time to call it.
Slayton got lost in the secondary, and he was wide open because they were ready for that thing that we've been doing all game.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what
We
happens.
gave them this. We gave them this.
Yeah.
We gave them this. And then we have that to go off of it. And Slayton makes it look like the run and then kind of acts like he's blocking down and then kind of sneaks out the back and a shallow cross and wheels up the backside. Gets an easy touchdown there. But, yeah, you're right. And then, hey, the Saquon Barkley touchdown, his first touchdown pass, similar thing as well, where, they knew the coverage they were getting. They knew it was man-to-man. I think through their game planning and all week, they dial up the right play. Now Saquon Barkley's matched up on a linebacker, one-on-one going down the right sidelines. Tommy DeVito throws him a nice ball. So he gets 2 touchdown passes early, even though he's getting sacked. And I think that, gave him confidence and allowed the Giants, hey, a few weeks in practice, we've seen them, get better. And they opened up the playbook just enough, at least, to get it going. And then Saquon Barkley got it going as the game went along, too, running the ball.
There is a key difference, though, between the Lufthansa heist that you referred to from yesterday and the one that happened in Goodfellas. Because in the one in Goodfellas, Ray Liotta, who played Henry Hill, found out about the Lufthansa heist while in an operating shower. The showers yesterday weren't operating. That's the difference.
Good tie together there.
And I asked Tommy DeVito about it. At first, there was no hot water. Then there was none.
Wow.
He didn't make it in before the water crapped out. He said he was trying to wash himself in the sink, which I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it. I want to say it. I'm not saying it. And then guys were squirting themselves with water bottles. And, I mean, you've been there. You've done that. The idea of playing a game like that on grass, stinky, smelly, dirty, and you got to go home without the opportunity to wash your body.
You got to sit in the plane with, it's the stickiness of your taped ankles. You're musty. You're sweaty. You got bruises and scabs everywhere that you don't get. Like, it's a disaster.
And you got mad at me for using the word diaper last week, and you give me this visual of bruises and scabs and open wounds.
It's inexcusable. That's the second time this year we haven't had showers work in an NFL football game. Okay, the Hall of Fame game and now this. That can't happen in NFL football.
Well,
that's
but
ridiculous.
if you told me yesterday that at one of the NFL stadiums the showers would stop working,
that would be the one.
That would have been the one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have needed a second guess.
I think that'd be the one you'd pick.
It would have been minus 2,800.
Now with the Oakland Coliseum out of the fold, you're right. I definitely would have picked that.
Yeah,
yes.
without question.
Yeah.
All right. First one for me, and, I don't like these cutesy things, but Purdy perfect. You like that? That's something
like
you'd
that.
say, and I'd say,
he doesn't like tush push, but he likes Purdy perfect.
Hey, 158.3 passer rating.
Yeah.
I still love the idea that perfection, as it relates to the NFL's longstanding formula for passing efficiency, is a not just not a number that ends in 0. There's a decimal point involved. 158.3 is perfect. First time since '89
Joe Montana.
When both Montana and Steve Young did it the same year.
Wow.
In 1989. That's what I thought someone said yesterday. I don't see Young's name here. Well, I'm gonna check it. I thought I saw Joe Montana and Steve Young.
Joe Montana.
All right.
Montana, Steve Young did it, I think, maybe at some other time in maybe mid to late 90s.
Well, it can't. Well, but.
Oh, you're right.
It can't be.
It's 89. You're right.
It wasn't.
It's just Joe Montana.
All right, I'm gonna check it out during a break.
Either way, pay some homage to these highlights.
Hey, they're getting it done. We're trying to figure out who had a perfect passer rating. Brock Purdy did. And this game kind of went how I thought. Look, if you have your key players healthy, and they are Brock Purdy, Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. Do we throw Dre Greenlaw?
I would. Well? You're right. He's a difference maker.
Those guys healthy.
Yeah.
You're going to win.
Right.
Every game.
Right.
You're unstoppable. You're going to win the Super Bowl. But the problem is you're not going to keep those guys healthy. At some point, one of those key guys is going to get injured. The question is, does it reach critical mass and get so many of them injured that you start losing again? That's the key.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully they can control football games the way they do to where that doesn't become an issue, or they can just survive the injury bug here. Coming off, a bye week, they still should be a fresh team here just 2 weeks after the bye week. But Purdy, you mentioned the right things, and when Shanahan has the full cast of characters, he makes it tough on you because he just gives you so many things to defend, and he knows how to feature all the weapons. The thing I like about Purdy, and this is the thing I tried to say to people during the losing streak, right? Purdy, during that losing streak, had moments in the Vikings and the Bengals game where you go, these aren't like Shanahan delivering plays for him. He's making plays on his own. He's making big-time throws in the pocket. There was a silver lining. Even though he had some late-game mistakes and all that, there was still a lot to go, man, if the 49ers run game doesn't work or Shanahan's not having his best day, Purdy can still kind of ball out and kind of overcome all of that. And not to say that was the case yesterday, but I think the confidence in the 49ers and, what they have in Purdy, and the fact that yesterday, running the ball is going to be a little tough. So what? We're going to throw the ball and be explosive that way behind Brock Purdy's right arm. I think that's what's impressive there about the 49ers. They were rolling yesterday. Their defensive secondary is still something to watch out for, right? I think that's, we know they can rush the passer. Baker Mayfield and company did have some, big plays, attacking the corners on the outside. I don't think they're all shored up on that end, but damn, it's a good start for the 49ers after their bye 2 weeks ago.
By the way, football historian.
Yeah.
October 22, 1989.
Yeah, Falcons. 49ers.
No. 49ers, New England Patriots.
That was the game for Young?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
11 for 12 was Steve Young that day for 188 yards, 3 touchdown passes, a passer rating of 158.3.
Wow. So he
didn't start that game, though.
Okay. That's what I was gonna
Montana
say.
started that game,
Right.
and he left with 111. I don't know whether he got injured or what. They won 37-20 over New England.
So
NWE, I assume, is New England.
Montana did it?
Montana did it
Against
elsewhere
the
in the year.
Falcons, I think it was.
Let's see. 158.3.
Right.
It was against the Falcons in a 45-3 win.
Right.
16 for 19, 270 and 3. 158.3.
Yeah, Joe Montana won the MVP of football that year. Of course, they won their 4th Super Bowl and beat the Broncos. That game was over.
And made
right
8-year-old
after
Chris
warm-ups.
Sims cry because at some point along the way beat the Giants.
They
beat
did.
the Giants in the playoffs?
They beat the Giants in a Monday night football game when, I don't know, the Giants might have been like 9-2 or 9-3, and the 49ers were 10-2, 34-24. They won that. And then that was the year where the Giants lost to the Rams and Flipper Anderson caught the pass in overtime and ran into the tunnel, and that was a sad day. All right, so back to the current status of the NFL, and my next superlative will be not so bland, okay? Not so bland at all. And that goes to Deron Bland of the Dallas Cowboys, who is, this is continuing from last year. A guy that can be trusted on the island as much as some of the superstar corners in football right now. Tremendous ball skills, tremendous man-to-man skills, and Deron Bland, another pick six. Most pick six in a season, right? That's 4 this year, right? So that ties, I believe, the all-time record in NFL history. This play here,
I think
phenomenal.
it sets it.
Sets it. Did it set it?
I think it set it.
Okay, I thought it tied it. See, there we go. It's tied. Stop messing with me in football.
Well, I don't know.
history.
Listen, I was right about Steve Young, and everybody said I was wrong. So don't doubt me on this either, people.
All right. Well, you're wrong about
tied.
this one. It's tied. But Dallas, the defense. I mean, just to talk about Deron Bland, of course, a big part of it. But Dallas defense smothering. Right? Carolina. Never really gotten a rhythm offensively throughout the day. Bryce Young is harassed. Right? They ran the ball a little bit. They did do that, had some success in the first half that allowed them to hang around. But 17-3 at halftime, long touchdown drive by Carolina in the third quarter. They climbed back in the game at 17-10 as like Dallas's offense was sputtering a little bit. But then Dallas goes right down the football field. Tony Pollard runs. Dak Prescott playing very good football as well. They put Carolina away. You never felt like Dallas was really in any threat in this football game.
And before the game, the biggest news of the day, when Fox's pregame show cut to Jerry Jones being interviewed at the stadium in Carolina with Jimmy Johnson there.
Yeah.
Thinking, wait a minute. They're in Carolina. And Jimmy Johnson's usually in studio. Why is he in Carolina? Why is he face-to-face with Jerry Jones? And they both have microphones, and they're talking to each other. And Fred Gaudelli said right away, he's going to put him in the Ring of Honor. And that's where it all led. It took a while to get there, as it often does with Jerry Jones. But eventually the plane landed, and Jimmy Johnson entering the Ring of Honor. As Jones said, December 30th, 1923, and Johnson said, I hope you mean 2023. And that's,
is that what it happened?
Yes, that is the day it will happen. December 30th of 2023, not 1923. Better late than never, but it was very late in this case. Johnson should have been in a long time ago. All right, my last one, lesson learned. The Jaguars. We said last week, after getting stomped by the 49ers, are they going to learn what it takes to be an elite team? Are they going to rise up from this? And look at what they did. They kicked the caca out of the Tennessee Titans. This is what good teams do. They give us nothing to talk about because they steamroll lesser opposition.
Sure.
And I don't know where the Titans go from here. The Titans thing is falling apart. People are wondering, are they going to fire Mike Vrabel? Hell, I think Vrabel would like to go coach the Patriots if it comes to that, and he may want out. Who knows? I just feel like something's going on with these Titans. How can you not think that? I had heard about frustrations because Vrabel thought they were not trying to win, not prioritizing winning, and now they're not winning, and to go get embarrassed like that, 20-point loss. Trevor Lawrence was great. A couple of catches by Calvin Ridley in the end zone, couple of runs right by Trevor Lawrence as well.
Two touchdowns.
And we forced positive change last week because Lawrence was off the injury report because of his knee. And then Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence both spoke on Wednesday about how the knee was still bothering him. And I asked the NFL about it. And I said, basically, I'm just checking. What are you going to do? Well, they've revised their injury report, and they put him back on it. That's not exactly the kind of punishment that will keep other teams from taking liberties with the injury report. But it was nice to know. When I saw the revised injury report, it was nice to know we did that.
Yeah, we did. We definitely put the pressure on. Hopefully, we continue to do that. And the NFL's got to do right in that situation.
It's coming. We haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
The Joe Burrow thing, and I've had people reach out and thank us, number one, for holding the NFL and the Bengals accountable because of the wrist wrap that was videotaped and then deleted. And we talked about it on Thursday, and then the wrist goes on Thursday. And I heard from a guy in the UK who was like, thank you so much for talking about that. I bet big on the Ravens because you guys were talking about that.
Right.
But you've talked about how there's just folks sitting around with money to burn who are looking for someone to sue. It's going to happen. These games they're playing with the injury report and not enforcing the rules and just looking the other way when teams violate it, it's going to blow up in their faces. And we're still only 4 days into this. The statute of limitations is at least a year, if not longer. They have something to worry about with this Burrow thing. Anyway, the Jaguars, less to worry about. They've recovered from that blowout loss, and they're back in the right spot, and they could really carry – seeing what you said it last week, seeing how the 49ers play, what it takes to, and that's what we have to be. That's where we have to go if we're going to be a great team.
Hopefully they realize that. Another game where, like we talked about with Dallas a second ago, Jacksonville kind of smothered the Tennessee Titans. You could tell early on Will Levis, the Titans offense, wasn't going to be able to do a whole lot against this Jaguars defense. He was under pressure. They can't get a run game going right now. There was all of that. Jacksonville controlled the game Lawrence was very good. They didn't run the ball great. They're a pretty balanced football team. I will say there's something missing about the Jacksonville offense, right? I can't quite put my hand on it. It's very good. They got everything. I think, it's like even yesterday, settling for field goal on a few drives where they drive down the field. There's been a little too much of that all year. They're a team that I look at, like how we talked about with the Giants early on, where I don't know what it is. Jacksonville, I like the meat and potatoes of their offense. They got to find a few ways, I think, to come up with some game plan, big pass plays every now and then. I think that's what I'm coming to when I'm trying to kind of figure it out with them a little bit. Try to manipulate a few more big plays, in their offense to where their meat and potatoes of their offense has a little more effect than what it does. Because they do go through some stale parts or some moments of, wait, you look like a machine driving down the football field. Now you can't punch it in the end zone. There's some of that. It's still a really good performance. But yeah, those are just one of the things that bothers me about them a little bit.
They're just kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
Hanging around and winning games, and you just have to factor them in. It's the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Jaguars, and the Browns. Those are the teams. And the Ravens too, but the Browns are the team that's just kind of like watch where they go.
They're lurking in the shadows. Yeah. And you talked about the Mike Vrabel thing. For anybody to be talking about firing Mike Vrabel is insane.
Oh, I don't think they should, but I think he may decide I've had enough.
Maybe. Hopefully here he's got a blank canvas to start to reorganize this football team. Again, there was a lot of mistakes and things that were done to that roster that Mike Vrabel had no control over the last 3 or 4 years, where I'd go, yeah, they didn't help the football team. Draft picks, bad free agent signings, trades, whatever. We could sit here and start to give a laundry list of going, why did the Titans make that move? Why did they pick that guy? Why did they give that guy money? You can go through it, and I could give you...
Why did they trade A.J. Brown?
Right, exactly. There's multiple examples every year, and the offense is not the same right now. We know there's still weapon problems on the outside. Their offensive line's not as good. It's a rookie quarterback and all that. Let's give Mike Vrabel a year, free agency, a draft, all of that, see if he can retool this team and then reevaluate.
It would be ludicrous, beyond ludicrous for the Titans to make a move. My point is this. If the Patriots end up without a coach, and they will, most likely, if Vrabel feels that giant magnet pull him back to Foxborough,
right,
that's going to be an issue. And maybe whatever draft pick the Patriots can finagle, sending Bill Belichick to the Buccaneers, the Commanders, the Chargers, wherever, that draft pick gets sent to the Titans for Vrabel. Who knows? But if he truly wants out, he's got that force of personality where he could go to ownership and say, this just isn't, we've done this isn't working, I'm not happy. I'll stay here if you want me to not be happy. I'll stay here as long as you want if you want me to not be happy, and I'll gladly take your money. But I don't think you deserve that. You need somebody who wants to be here and is fully invested, and I just don't feel it anymore. It's gone. Irreconcilable differences, whatever, it's gone. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.